Cool. All right. Well, hello, and welcome to the Rock Metal Podcast. Hello. I am your host.
Thanks for having me.
You're quite welcome. I'm your host, John Harris, and today we have The King's Head. They have a new album called The King's Head, and it's released on December 18th via Wormhole Death. Right now I'm being joined by Pim to share some more information about this stellar release and what the band has got going on. So, Pim, welcome to the show.
Hell yeah. Thank you so much for having me. Having time for me or us as a band. And I'm really excited to be here.
Mm-hmm. Glad to have you on. I was actually looking at the album artwork and I was wondering if it was you, but it's not, is it?
No, I get that a lot. I am the left eye from the viewer's point. I don't know why, but I look actually a lot like the picture in the whole, but it's 5 of us. So the right eye is Tim. The middle nose is Jasper, as it's our bass player. The left piece of beard is Koen. And the far right is Chris. So it's the 5 of us in one picture.
Mm-hmm. That's fantastic. So collectively, you guys make The King's Head.
Well, you got it.
Wow. Okay. Well, that concludes the interview. That's all my questions.
Yeah. Okay.
Beautiful.
Well, nice. Thanks.
we can just cut it here. So actually, one of my first questions is I love Wormhole Death. I've worked with Wormhole Death for a number of years now, and great people. One of my questions then is, whenever they sign somebody and a band gets involved, tell us about that. How did that happen?
Well, we work together with a small publication agency, IDIV or something. I'm bad at shortage of words. And they put out our first single, and it got noticed by Wormhole Death. The A&R manager there was like, "Whoa, cool! There's something else." But I also know this kind of music, so it there was confusion, but also he liked it a lot, and he made us an offer the Italian way we couldn't refuse.
Mm-hmm. He made you an offer you couldn't refuse. There's probably a horse head in that bed over there, isn't there?
No, we didn't get a horse head, but still waiting.
Okay, perfect. Well, and I mean, actually, the funny thing is, weather permitting. Virus permitting, you'd be down in Italy spending a bunch of time. So hopefully when the whole thing's over, you guys can go do your thing in Italy, eating gelato and pizza and drinking wine and picking olives. Slave labor and
in between shows, that would be a dream.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Sweet. Well, that's cool. So they heard your first single and immediately reached out to you, which I think that's everybody's dream who's in a band is we're going to release this song and that's going to be it. We're going to be on MTV. Yeah. Which that doesn't happen.
MTV, where MTV? What the fuck? It's gone now. It is just I don't even know what's on MTV. I remember the good old days when you recorded stuff on your VCR just to get the newest video clips of Nirvana or I'm old, but returning to your question, it is a dream. I am in bands for more than 25 years now, and this never happened. So I have another metal band called Hilton Dive. We are on the road for many years, and we made several cool albums, but never got picked up like this. So this is, for me, it's something new, and I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, it is a dream come true.
What is it that you think that the King's Head offers that previous bands didn't, that allowed for this to happen?
Right. In relation to previous bands, that's hard to tell. Maybe they were a bit too loud and too, maybe, I don't know. I can only speak for the King's Head now, and I think it's picked up because of the range of styles we use. It's from grunge to progressive metal, if you will. So yeah, it's a lot of stuff that we blast at you, where you can say, "Oh, okay, well, I like this bit," but there could be a song on the album that you think, "Well, that's a bit too loud," or this song is way too slow for me, or it's not too brutal enough.
Mm-hmm.
It can be, but I think there's something for everybody.
Yeah. What was the first single that caught their attention? Was it The Far Beyond or The White Horse?
It was The Far Beyond, and The Far Beyond is a bit like. I got a lot of reactions on that because a lot of people compared it to Alice in Chains. We got a Alice in Chains on acid. Yeah, comment. I like
Thanks.
that. Alice, yeah, that works. And well, we use multiple vocal layers, so I can imagine the comparison. And it's nice and rocky, and it rocks. It's a cool song, and it has my grunt in it as well. It doesn't have keyboards in there, so it's not the 100% the King's Head song, but it was actually the first song I got to bring in when we started making music. They were like, "Okay, Pim, you want to be in this band? Well, do something." And that was this song. Mm-hmm. So it's I'm proud of this one myself, and I like the vocals in it, and yeah.
Well, not only did you bring it to the table, they were like, "All right, Pim, you want to be in the band?" And you're like, "Fine, here's a record deal."
Yeah, bit like yeah.
How's about that, guys? Why don't you guys bring something to the table?
Do you manage people? I mean, I can use more tips like this. No, but yeah, I won't say it's because of this song. It's not my song. Every song on the album is our song because it's like a well, this is shitty to say, but it's like a democracy. It's like we have 5 totally different guys. We are totally different, but we like each other, and we have different music styles, and somebody brings something to the table. Tim is really, he also plays in a Nirvana tribute band, very good one. It's called Bleach. It's lovely, but he brings a lot of 90s Kurt Cobain-ish things to the table. Mm-hmm. So nice songs. And Koen and I are in a loud metal band, so we are like, okay, let's make this grungy bit a bit more. Give it some cojones. And
yes, cojones.
Yeah, you know that in Canada, probably do.
Sí.
Jasper is sí.
Sí. Yeah. Yo conozco los cojones.
Oh, you know more than me then.
Órale.
I know. Yeah.
Órale, which is more Mexican. Yeah. Órale, we cabrón. Cojones is testicles for anybody listening in.
Yeah. Welcome to the show, by the way.
Welcome to the show.
You can eat them as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, here's a funny thing. Avocado is an Aztec word, aguacate. And aguacate means testicle in Aztec because they look like testicles hanging on a tree. And then when the Spaniards came in, they were asking, the Aztecs, well, what's this called? And they said aguacate. So it got turned into the Spanish word for avocado. And then you get guacamole. Mole is a kind of sauce, and huaca comes from the aguacate. So it's a sauce made from testicles. So that's and then we get cojones, which is more literal, I guess. Somebody listening in, watching, comment below, whatever, maybe correct us, do our thing. But you were talking about this very Dutch experience of the King's Head actually being a democracy, which is very Dutch. So carry on.
It is very Dutch, and we bring things to the table, and it's being shut down, and eventually we mold something, and when we're happy with it, it's done. And that's how every song in this album worked. Maybe some were more ready than the other, But even the drummer, and I really love that. Chris, our drummer, he brings he listens to the music, and he is involved in the writing process. So he's like, no, we're not going to do that. No, I've never met a drummer. That chord, no, that's a bit too. You're a drummer.
Yeah, do you even know what a chord is? You're a drummer.
Yeah.
I got us a record deal. What did you get us? You don't even know what a chord is.
Yeah, exactly that. So I love him, and he does so much for our music as well, as does Jasper. And well, it's a really good cooperation, and that brings this piece of work.
Okay. Yeah, piece of work. You could say piece of work. You can even call somebody a piece of work. You're a real piece of work. That's
You're a goddamn piece of work.
Yeah, that thing there.
Yeah.
Now take us through this record. Is there a theme to the record? Is there?
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. Is there a theme to the record? Well,
like what is the White Horse? What is the Far Beyond? What is the King's Head? Is this connected?
Yeah. We are a bit older, so it's even a song called Older, and you overthink things, and you watch upon your life that you've led or are living, and you question your decisions earlier on. Waiting is a beautiful song about the question, why did it take so long for us to meet? Well, that's a nice way to put it in a love song. It's your fault. Why did you make me wait so long for you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a song. So it's about struggles. It's really emotional here and there. Mountainous is a struggle song. Climbing up a mountain to get relief. Yeah, that sounds weird. Get salvation.
It reminds me of, and I hate name dropping in these things, but In Flames had a song off of Soundtrack to Your Escape where he said, maybe in the next life you'll be the first I meet.
Yeah. Well, that's nice. Yeah. Yeah.
And it just reminds
it reminds you of that.
Yeah.
When I told you about waiting.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
How many times have we had that moment where you're like, man, I'm 46. This could have happened 20 years ago and I'd have been happy with that. Or I'm 87. Yeah. Like this could have happened 80 years ago and I would have been happy with that.
Yep. Yeah.
I know. And then a lot. I was listening to a podcast with Devin Townsend recently. You know who Devin Townsend is?
I know, of course. Yeah.
And he was saying
Sorry. Tiltoid the Omniscient, one of my favorites.
There you go. Yeah. And so something that he was saying was he had this epiphany. He met Chad Kroeger. You know who Chad Kroeger is? Yeah.
Yep.
He met Chad Kroeger and he was thinking to himself, he said this out loud on the podcast, I always thought that anybody could be a Chad Kroeger. I just wasn't working hard enough. And then he had this epiphany when he met Chad Kroeger that like, no, that dude is just that dude and I am me and I'm never going to be him and he's never going to be me. And man, if only I could have had this realization, before, so it's so many, when you mentioned that, just so many things are coming to mind. I think a lot of us feel is what in Eastern stuff they call it like what dharma or karma or a mixture of the two, where just you weren't supposed to have that great idea until the day before you died. That's just the way it was going to work,
Yeah. Oh, I really love those kind of epiphanies. I remember having one like 15 years ago, 10 years ago, and somebody told me, because I always tried everybody liking me, doing your best to be liked, to be loved. And somebody told me, it's 30% likes you, 30% doesn't like you at all, and 30%, 30-ish, coming to 100%, doesn't care if you're around or you are. And I was like, okay, if that's a rule I can live by. I don't have to please everybody. It's the 30% that is important.
It's Dutch math. 30% plus 30% plus 30%
It's 30.
gets you 100%. Perfect. I do like
That
your
is Dutch math.
Yeah, it is Dutch math. You have great eyebrows, though. I've noticed that since the beginning. Does your wife take care of those?
Take care of eyebrows? We don't do that.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, so you're just naturally gifted.
Just let it grow. Let it grow.
Let it grow. Sweet. Okay, now take us through so last year things were crazy. Would you guys work on this album amidst the whole chaos of 2020?
No, just before. We were finishing off in the studio, and then the hell broke loose, or lockdown broke loose, or we got locked up. We didn't break loose at all. We just got locked up, and we did a smart lockup, they called it here. This was like, okay, you can go out, but you have to refrain from certain stuff. And countries around us were really they had a curfew. You couldn't go on the street, and we were like, well, we're still very free. But now we do have a curfew from 9 o'clock at night. So that's pretty shitty. We're not used to that. We're a pretty free country, land of the free. Or really. But from this Saturday. And we had a show this Saturday, a live stream, but now it's a recording. We're recording tomorrow. So that's a pity.
Okay.
Well, how's that in Canada now?
In Montreal is the only place that has, or I think it might be Quebec wide. Somebody can correct me, but they're the only part of Canada that has a curfew, and it's 8 p.m.
Right.
And Ontario is thinking about instituting a curfew, but they have not yet at the time of this recording. And then Canada's really quite vast. So as you start moving further east than Quebec, I don't think they have a curfew. And then going west, so you got Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Alberta, where I am, and then British Columbia. And then, of course, you've also got up north. Up north has been, I don't want to say quiet, but there's not a whole lot of traffic that goes up north anyway. So they've had reasonable numbers. They have had a couple of outbreaks, but no curfews that I'm aware of. And then where I'm at specifically, no curfews. We are in a lockdown, but no curfews, and it has been successful. So, for example, as of today, I can now go get a haircut.
Oh, you can. Oh, yeah. But it's not. I'm wearing a hat. That's because of no haircuts in Holland or in the Netherlands. But that's nice that you can get a haircut, and it's not that strict for you over there right now. Yeah, but it can get worse
for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. Quick question. I've never asked anyone this before, but since you just mentioned in this interview, we've mentioned Holland, the Netherlands, and Dutch. I've always been confused by this. Why are there three names?
I can imagine. We are the Netherlands, but there's a part of the Netherlands. It's called Holland, and it has to do with it's a historical question. You have to look that up. I can't tell you the exact way, but there's a part of the Netherlands that's called Holland. You have the North Holland and South Holland. It's got Amsterdam and The Hague and
Rotterdam.
Rotterdam. Thank you. Rotterdam is the South Holland. That part was the rich Protestant part of the Netherlands in before, and
Okay.
What a shitty explanation.
Yes, it was great. Ambassador to the Netherlands, ladies and gentlemen, the ambassador to Netherlands. But he will get you a record.
With words.
He will get you a record contract, though.
Yeah, exactly.
And he'll do your math homework for you.
30%.
30%. Now, my next question is: here in North America, both in the States and in Canada, if you go on a date with somebody and you each pay, half, that's called going Dutch. Is that a thing that happens? Like, did you guys really start that whole thing?
We are a bit of cheapskates. We tend to you know, paying for yourself, and yeah, we have that reputation that we're a bit of you know, careful with our money and save and be sensible, not give it away, or so I pay for my money, you pay for your money, so I can save my own and be careful. Well, that's a bit of a Dutch thing, yeah.
Okay, perfect.
I'm not. I'm not. I'm not like that at all.
Oh.
I wish I was like that.
All right. I demand a different person next time when there's a when somebody calls from Holland. Now I see why everybody's leaving. Anyway, so
okay.
Yeah, just kidding.
No.
Yeah, actually, the last Dutchman I chatted with was living in Italy with his hot Sicilian girlfriend. So, yeah, I guess that's how it goes. Everybody in Europe gets an Italian girlfriend at some point. I actually chatted with somebody in Sweden, and they're like, "Yeah, my girlfriend's in Italy." Like, what is with this whole like? Does they just
what is it? Or maybe it says something about Italian women. That could be a thing too.
Yeah,
I'm not aware of it. Maybe that's my problem.
They make good tortellini. Sweet. Okay. Well, we've chatted about the White Horse. We chatted about the Far Beyond. We chatted about the King's Head, both as a band and as an album and as an album cover. And we chatted about 2020. We kind of chatted about what's going on this year. Unless there's anything that I missed. Did I miss anything? Was there something you wanted to chat about, Pim?
No, not per se. I was no. I'm happy to answer your questions. We have a stream of a gig. We are recording tomorrow in Breda, so you can watch us live from on the 29th of February on the Dutch website. It's called the MEZZ, MEZZ. So that's nice to know. From today on, we have a new single and video clip. The Mountainous, and it's a lyrical video, so you can read with it. That's always nice. And the actual physical album is out today, so you can buy it and you can have it, and it's a piece of work. It's an artwork.
Sure is.
So that's nice to say here. If you want to have it in Canada, I don't know how many CDs are brought to Canada by Wormhole Death, but there must be a few.
Could be.
Get your hands on them.
That's right. Usually Canada just consists of Toronto, and then sometimes it expands into Montreal. And if we're really lucky, Pim, they'll expand to Vancouver. Yeah, and then if there's any crumbs left, then it'll probably go to, I don't know, Ottawa or Calgary. It's just the way it goes. Just the way it goes. Awesome. All right. Well, then, thank you so much, Pim, for coming on to the Rock and Roll Podcast today.
You're very welcome. Thanks for having me. Yeah, it was really nice to meet you, and maybe we'll meet again someday.